Hello, my name is Deacon Tim Donahue from Holy Name Parish in West Roxbury. I'm coming to you today on Wednesday in the 11th week of Ordinary Time. We're through the pandemic, we're through the winter, we're through the springtime, and we're into a beautiful, beautiful day as we get close to starting our summer. It's just a spectacular day today, cool and clear and sunny. Paul is asking the people in Corinth to think about supporting and continuing to support the people abroad. Abroad for them would be the people in Jerusalem who are in need, who are being oppressed by the Romans in their occupation of Jerusalem, and really cracking down on the Christians there who refuse to worship the Roman gods. So the reading is from the second letter of St. Paul to the Corinthians. Brothers and sisters, consider this. Whoever sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and whoever sows bountifully will also reap bountifully. Each must do as already determined, without sadness or compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. Moreover, God is able to make every grace abundant for you, so that in all things, always having all you need, you may have an abundance for every work. As it is written, He scatters abroad, He gives to the poor, His righteousness endures forever. The one who supplies seed to the sower and bread for food will supply and multiply your seed and increase the harvest of your righteousness. You are being enriched in every way for all generosity, which through us produces thanksgiving to God. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. So St. Paul is talking today as he asks for support from the Corinthians. He's talking about the joy of giving, about increasing our sense of righteousness, which is, the joy I think that we find in our heart when we look outside of ourselves and we help others, whether it's our own family or our neighbor or someone down the street or in the next town, or maybe people in Catholic Relief Services, giving through them so they can help over 100 million people every year in some way to help lift them up. If you never put the seed potatoes in the ground, though, you will never have a harvest. If you don't plant the pumpkin seeds, no pumpkins. There will be a meager harvest. Paul is writing to his friends in Corinth, as I just said, asking them to continue to share their wealth and good fortune. Corinth was a flourishing community, and Paul had a strong following there. Paul is asking for his faithful to continue to support and make donations to send a collection, if you will, a special collection for the people in Jerusalem, and also to remember them in their prayers. This isn't one huge thing that we all do just once. It's one collection at a time, one day at a time, one person at a time. It's what we do, not what everybody else does, but what we can do. And our action with other people's action makes a huge difference. Only through sharing our blessings do we reap the harvest of righteousness. Another way to say that, I think, is to find the joy of Christ in our own hearts here on earth as we live our lives. Paul promises the one who supplies seed to the sower and bread for food will supply and multiply your seed and increase the harvest of your righteousness. So who provides the seed? We know this. We know Jesus provides the seed. And although we don't really know how that seed maturates into the harvest, we do know that it happens, and it happens through the grace of God and the rains and the sun and the good weather to help increase the yield. Simple. Think about others. Have compassion for the less fortunate. Then, remember, do something. If the seed never gets planted, there's no harvest. If there's no donation, no one knows you had great compassion and you really had great intent. You really wanted to help. But if you never made the call or submitted the donation, they don't know that. They can't feel that. And it really never happened. There will be a meager harvest. Jesus asks us to share our good fortune. This month in our parish, at Holy Name, we're called to support the Hosmer Co-Shelter in Mattapan. The shelter is looking for $10 gift cards, little gift cards for CVS or Walmart or Walgreens or other stores that are easy to find, easy to get to, so that the people at the shelter might go out and do something for themselves or for their own family. And we are enriched in every way for our generosity. We're repaid 100 times over. St. Ignatius talks about detachment from our worldly possessions so we can better focus on the purpose of our earthly journey, finding our way to heaven and bringing others with us. Simple. This is just simple stuff. St. Paul is calling for us to support, was calling for the Corinthians to support the Christians who were suffering greatly through the Roman occupation. We have so many opportunities here. We have the Hosmer Co-Shelter. We can also make a contribution to Catholic Relief Services, an organization that I work for, which is our own Catholic worldwide relief organization that helps feed, train, and invest in people in need around the world. Over 150 million people around the world who, one by one, can better sustain themselves because CRS was there through your support. So God bless you. Just a reminder from St. Paul today on a gorgeous day. I hope you enjoyed the day. I look forward to seeing you next week and on Sunday at Holy Name. God bless. Take care.